So she was the one who put the red raincoat on the victim. And then the auction resumed as if nothing had happened. I reckon I took the picture of her in the red raincoat after that. Is that so? That'd make all the facts line up. Wait, you took the picture of the red raincoat after that? So after she was already dead? So you're saying this is, So you're saying, at this point, the person in the red raincoat is... Shit. Karen? That's her name? But she has the blood in her hand. Or are we saying this is still Jill? Because you're saying this has happened after the fact, which wouldn't make sense if she was already dead. Whatever. Whichever. Whatever. After I took that photo, I went over to the lift to sneak a peek down below. I witnessed the 11 participants, and then I hightailed it back behind the statue. Don't tell me you were hiding there the entire time until we found you. Now, that's, how should I put it? What is it? Did something happen? I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. Oh, wow. I was just thinking that too. Did you fall asleep? Yeah. Be more precise. I fainted? Well, something like that. What? When did the fainting occur? Something did happen! It ain't no big deal. Kinda embarrassing to say, though. There was this huge thump sound all of a sudden. I was a little surprised by that. It was right after I just witnessed the murder, so I was shaking my boots. My heart sort of tightened up, and I was off to La La Land. When I woke up, it was already the next day, around the time y'all came by the storeroom. I see, so there was a large sound. Miss Hart, I take it you do not know what transpired in the storeroom beyond this point. I guess, but after the auction, all the masks were properly returned. So I reckon the participants had exited through the storeroom, just like I done said. Miss Jensen, what were your actions after the auction resumed? I took the victim's place and participated in the auction. So is what we're saying right now that she doesn't know who the conductor is? And she was working for them without knowing? I mean, she could just be hiding the truth because she's too afraid to say the name, but it seems like she doesn't know. Anyways, participated in the auction. The conductor instructed me to win the bid for the costume trunk. Makes sense. Because the body was inside it. It would have been bad if another auction guest won the bid for it. You didn't realize the box was empty? No, we only found out when I came up to the storeroom to pay the bill. Wait, what? The box was empty? What? 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 What do you mean the box was empty? You put the victim in the box. The victim wouldn't have magically disappeared. What are you talking about? The conductor was with me and told me to go search for her immediately. Oh. How would Edgeworth know that? What? 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 I'm so confused. So, are we saying the conductor and Crane put... No, not conductor and Crane. The conductor and Karen put her in the box, and then after Karen went back to the seat, the conductor, being all sneaky, took her out of the box and moved her close to Kay? No. What? What? What are you talking about? What do you mean the victim was missing? I'm so confused. Where was she? And then I found another girl collapsed in front of the ladder. And that's when you found Kay. Wait, what? But that's basically implying that Crane wasn't even dead at that point. I guess that's what the conductor would want us to think, though. What? So, I think what we're saying here is that, I think if I gather this correctly, so Karen was killed. Sorry, not Karen. I keep confusing them for some reason. Jill was killed, put in the box. Karen went back, and then before the conductor went back, she took Jill. Well, no, she went up, put the red raincoat on. No, because Karen put the red raincoat on the body. So the conductor pretended to go back. Karen put the red raincoat on the body. actually went back. The conductor didn't really go back, so he came back out, took the red raincoat, went up, pushed Kay down, came back down, took the victim, hit her somewhere, and then threw away the red rain. What? Where was the victim then? What? Kay. Yes, she probably fell down from the roof and lost consciousness. Maybe the victim left the hatch open when she went up to the rooftop. What? So the victim was still alive? What we're saying is that the victim was still alive. Okay. What? 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 Okay, so, if I'm hearing this correctly, the victim was still alive, the conductor went back down, Karen went back down second, and before that, put the coat on the victim, then went back down afterwards. Turned out the victim wasn't dead all along, was able to open the chest from the inside, so I guess they didn't put the lock back on, which is stupid, by the way, but I guess they didn't put the lock back on. She came out, went up, knocked Kay down, and then I guess the conductor went after Jill and killed her somewhere. Which means, do we not even know the real scene of the crime? I think that's what we're saying here. Anyways. Yeah. I understand now. Kay was surprised at seeing the collapsed victim and did not notice the open hatch. What? Wait, what? What? Okay, are we saying the victim was still alive when open and collapsed up there? Or are we saying the conductor moved her up there? What are we saying here? I don't fully grasp this. It's like they're jumping places and they're not explaining from the beginning. She must have missed her footing and fell down into the storeroom. Okay, so if I think I understand this correctly, because it seemed like the red-hooded person approached Kay. So, the red-haired person was alive, Jill was alive, came up, went to approach her, collapsed, because I guess she was still exhausted. Kay got confused and then fell into the hatch. I guess? And then the conductor found her body and killed her? That's so confusing. You're jumping in places. I don't even know if that's what happened. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. Kay falling? It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor. That might have been it. Though I reckon I'd be kind of pathetic to faint over something like that. Well, you're pretty pathetic, so it's not surprised. When Miss Jensen found the unconscious Kay, Miss Hart was also unconscious behind the statue. The situation is becoming clear to me. Miss Jensen, please continue your story. After I found Kay and the victim, I put them both in the trunk. Oh, they were sleeping together then. Bound chicka wow wow. If the customers at the auction found out, there would have been a huge commotion. So, we're saying that after putting the victim in the trunk originally, you didn't lock the trunk and they just escaped? That's pretty stupid. Anyways. Was this an order from the conductor as well? Yes, it was. But since I secretly decided to put the raincoat on Miss Crane, I had to dispose of the raincoat without the conductor noticing. Ah, I see. So the conductor didn't anticipate the raincoat becoming another piece of evidence. We assume. And finally, we dressed Miss Crane in a spare conductor's outfit. Makes sense. I see. In doing so, you made the victim appear as if she was the conductor. In the end, the auction ended without anyone noticing anything. Miss Jensen, your crimes have become clear. If you know anything else, please hold nothing back. I want to help you more, but that's all I know. If I had to say, there's just one thing that bothers me. What? When I took Miss Crane's place, I borrowed her clothes. But there's no way for me to borrow her hair. Ouch! That's true. That's what I brought up earlier. Why can't our coroner's assistant goes around stealing a corpse's hair? I would think that robbing the deceased of their clothes would be questionable enough. Both of the color and length of our hair is different, so I was worried about how to disguise it. However, the conductor even had a wig prepared for me. Ah, so that's how you did it. Okay. I was wondering if they'd ever bring that up, but okay. Huh. So yeah, he had it planned all along. Blaze, that is. In fact, he had 2 of them. 2 of them? Why did he have 2 of them? Inside the costume trunk, there was both a straight wig and a wavy wig. Depending on how she did her hair that day? 2 wigs? Why were there 2? Who knows? Maybe it was a precaution, in case the victim had changed her hairstyle. I ended up using the straight wig to match Miss Crane's hair. So that means the wavy wig was left unused. Karen's testimony, jotted down in my organization arc. Is that really all you know? Yes. Yup, that's really all I know. So that means you don't know who the conductor is? I'm sorry, I only knew that person as the auction conductor. I never saw that person with a mask on. So why did you agree to help them anyway? How did that meeting happen? The conductor seemed to be on guard toward everybody. Nah, at this rate. Ha 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 ha! Edgeworth, is that all you got? Even if that little nurse is an accomplice, it changes absolutely nothing, you know? In the end, the true culprit's still Kay Faraday. All you did was add another criminal, you know? And even if it's not Kay Faraday, you have no way of proving it's me. The rules of law cannot be overturned, at least not for your sake. Not for your sake either. This is as far as I go. Am I unable to save Kay? Are we not going to be able to beat him in this case? I've been thinking of that for a little while. Like, what if he survives to live another case? What if he's like an enemy in case 5 as well? What if we fail to catch him here, and then maybe in case 5, he's like the accomplice to somebody else, and we have to figure that out? Or maybe he's just a victim. That'd be interesting. We've never not caught somebody, except for maybe the killer, if you can count that. Ah, there we go, Franziska. Franziska, why are you here? Didn't I tell you, Miles Edgeworth? Wherever there's a case, I will follow. Prosecutor Von Karma, your hard work is most appreciated. Oh, don't go out acting all buddy-buddy now. You two should totally have a catfight. I thought you kind of did have a catfight earlier. Continue it! Then again, I guess Justine's kind of reforming now. Or she was reformed all along, I think is what they're going with. I assume. We'll know for sure later. However, don't get the wrong idea. I only came here to find out the truth behind what happened to Kay Faraday, Miles Edgeworth. I don't plan on forgiving you for abandoning the prosecutor's path. I understand. You should thank your former subordinate. You mean Gumshoe? He gave me some valuable information which may save Kay Faraday. Oh, really? Detective Gumshoe did? Listen well, Miles Edgeworth. This will be the final piece of evidence. Jill Crane suffered the wound on her head first. Yeah. We know. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You came in just to say that? Are you kidding me? I mean, it does make sense because it's Gumshoe. I mean, even though, Gumshoe figuring that out at the time was probably cool, but the fact that it's being relayed through Franziska, she's gonna get so mad when she finds out we already know. Not only is she gonna get mad at Edgeworth for beating her to the punch, she's also gonna get mad at Gumshoe for giving her a useless piece of testimony. Well, someone say something! Well, I hate to say it, but we already proved that. Already proved? Yes, well, just a few minutes ago. Ah! You should have told me sooner! You're the one who barged in here and started talking! Well then, does this mean you found out what the murder weapon was already? No, not yet. It was the gavel, right? That makes sense. Although we don't know which gavel it is. Maybe it's Justine's gavel. Is that so? In that case, listen well. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt, cylindrical object. It was the gavel. It was the gavel for sure. The wound in her chest was suffered post-mortem. A cylindrical murder weapon?
Objection.
You know, this report of yours, I trust it's accurate, of course? These were the results of 2 independent autopsies, carried out by 2 respected doctors. Objection. That's reassuring, but it's too bad. You have no right to investigate this case. Oh. Interpol is after the black market auctions, and I am the prosecutor in charge of the investigations. Yeah, I completely talked over that objection. I didn't even hear it. I'm sorry, Franziska. I didn't mean to. This victim participated in the auction. Therefore, it is only natural for me to investigate. Especially now that she's been murdered. I see, I see. Clever girl, little Von Karma. That's right. You might have authority over Edgeworth, but you don't have authority over Von Karma right now. Take that. Then it has been settled. The victim died from blunt force trauma to the head. It'd be so funny if it was with that very gavel. If it is, then Justine will become a suspect. Updated to my organizationer. Unfortunately, the murder weapon is just to be found. It probably is that very gavel. That'd be great. Just knowing the shape of the murder weapon gives me ideas to what it might be. Hey! In my investigation, we didn't find any other murder weapons, you know? It's because you're stupid. If you consider the conductor's possessions and the crime scene, the answer should be clear. The blunt cylindrical object used in the auction hall was Judge Courtney's gavel, an auction gavel, a judge's gavel. Well, shit, of course it's a gavel, but I don't know which one. What? So the auction gavel. Can't it be one and the same, though? Fuck you, game. You should have given me 3 answers, and one of them was gavel. I guess it has to be the auction gavel, but... So I guess it's not Judge Courtney's gavel? That's a shame. Does she carry that everywhere? I kind of thought it might be the same one that was in the PIC room, but... Oh well. Maybe she sleeps with her gavel. It was something the conductor had in their hand during the auction. Namely, an auction gavel. An auction gavel? We didn't find anything like that! It's because you're stupid. If the culprit is the conductor, it is possible the gavel may be the murder weapon. However, that alone is not reason enough, wouldn't you agree? Of course, I have proof to back it up. This piece of evidence proves that the murder weapon is the auction gavel. What? 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 Are you kidding? Oh, this is different. Crime scene. Prosecutorial Investigation Committee meeting room. Time of death between 11 p.m. and midnight. Cause of death, blunt trauma to the head, made by a cylindrical object. Remarks, chest wound was supposed mortem, burn mark on the victim's hand. Shit! I don't know. Wait. No, I don't see a gavel. Keycard report. Letter addressed to the victim. Thought to be written by K. Touch the check button for details. Archer wore a white jacket with purple flower, white gloves and a mask. Agent gender unknown. Black market auction. The items, 11 people. The auction, however, the sound of the gavel was not heard afterward. Oh, is it this? I think that's more proof than anything else. Let's go with the stuffed animal. No, wait, not stuffed animal. What am I saying? I was thinking about the stuffed animal earlier as a crack theory. I wasn't thinking that was it, but I was thinking, what if something else was missing from the auction, like being given away? Like, what if the gavel was like swapped places with a gavel that was going to be given away from a case or something? That's all that's testimony. God, every time that health bar, like, I'm like, for an instant before it goes away, I'm like, fuck, I fucked up. According to Miss Hart's testimony after the victim has been murdered, it seems she suddenly stopped hearing the sound of the gavel during the auction. However, she had been able to hear it up until then. Why was that, you ask? Actually, you didn't ask, but I'll ask for you. It was because it had been used as the murder weapon and was covered in the victim's blood. It became necessary to dispose of it, isn't that right? Blaze the bestie! I'll have a search for the murder weapon performed immediately. Ha 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 ha! Well, good luck with that, you know. You've got to work as hard as you can while you're young, you see. He's completely confident that we won't find it. Well then, while we search for the murder weapon continues, yes. I hereby call for a brief recess. What? This isn't a court. What? Okay. Does this mean we get our health back? I hope so. Either way, I'm going to end the part here. I'll see you guys next time. Let's play History Investigation of Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path Blind. Since I started recording, I have not lost any health or have gotten any game overs, so I did better than I thought. Didn't even get a single one, so yay me. See you guys next time. Bye.